I'll be with you momentarily. We're getting ready for local elections, and I gotta get all these whiskey bottles with the candidates' names written on them set up on the counter. Elections in Switzerland County get mighty spirited, if you know what I mean.
Caleb Mounts, you're either going to church or about ready to get laid out on a plank in a parlor.
Clothes make the man, and a man must dress for success. The position of county judge requires it. What do you think of my new vest?
Sheriff, I guess you know where that missing seat cushion from Esther Hill's establishment wound up.
How much did you spend on those duds you got on?
Plenty. I had William French the tailor make them up. He gave me a pretty good price. I even had enough left to sponsor whiskey all over town for treating.
You mean for buying votes, don't you?
Absolutely not. Just engaging in a time-honored Switzerland County tradition. Have you got the whiskey ready for my future constituents?
Sure do.
Where's the sugar?
I only got 2 hands, Caleb. Here it is.
Trying to sweeten the pot there, Caleb?
Philo, uncut. This stuff is strong enough to raise a blister on shoe leather.
Well, I guess the verdict's in on who's winning this election.
Sheriff, the retailers of spirituous liquor do indeed control the legislature.
We also control your bill, which is getting a little steep in this establishment, Philo Averill.
What? You don't believe in deficit spending?
As General Jackson says, a national debt is a national curse.
So's this stuff.
How much money are you spending winning this election?
Not counting the suit here, $9.87.5.
Downright frugal, ain't he, boys?
How many bottles have you set up, not counting Caleb's buckets?
Well, I had 4. I had John Gibbons, John Walker, Sylvanus Howe, and Alexander Sebastian. But I'm pulling Sebastian's bottle. He ain't running no more.
How so?
Remember how he came into town on the 4th to do some campaigning? He had a little too much of the ardent to be prudent. Passed out, fell asleep in his wagon.
Some of the boys unhitched the team and hauled the wagon up to the top of Liberty Hill with candidate Sebastian passed out and snoring in the bed. And then, when they got up to the top of the hill, they let the brake go, and the wagon started downhill. And as it picked up speed, candidate Sebastian woke up.
Thinking his team was running wild, my opponent sat up in the darkness yelling, "Whoa, whoa!"
Well, you seem to know an awful lot about that incident, Caleb Mounts.
Just what he heard told, Sheriff. Caleb was outside of the city limits when that incident happened.
Is Liberty Hill outside the city limits?
It is.
No, it isn't.
I guess it depends on what your definition of is there, Fido?
I'm a little nervous, Jacob.
Oh, so was I, but you'll get through it.
A man doesn't do this every day.
One would hope not. Come on. Friends, the man of the hour has arrived. Your hat.
Frederick Gole, you're wearing my vest.
No, Caleb Mounts, you're wearing mine.
Well, Sheriff, now we know where Esther Hill's other seat cushion is.
Boys, we're here to do a little treating.
Looks like you got a little competition there, Caleb. All right. Which one of you 2 boys is running for office?
Neither of us. I'm getting married.
Congratulations. So you and Miss Marguerite are finally going to tie the knot.
We are.
It was your cornstalk that did it.
Boys, we just wanted to stop in here, share the news, and raise a glass.
Then step on over there, boys. Treating is on Caleb Mounts. I would sure appreciate your vote.
Caleb, the boy is about to have the cart pulled out from underneath him. Please, give the condemned man a little peace before the rope snaps taut.
Mighty fine clothes there, Frederick Gole. Who did the work?
William French. I met him over at Jacob's.
Oh, he's a fine tailor. I suppose he stayed with you while he was making the clothes for you.
No, he was inquiring after my youngest daughter, Marianne. He brought his sister Jane with him on a social call. She owns a millinery business in Jacksonville.
Jacob, charge your glass. I'd like to propose a toast to the future happiness of Mr. and Mrs. Frederick Golet.
To the rosy-cheeked beauty, Miss Marguerite.
May you both be as happy as Charlotte and I have been.
Aye.
Here, here. And finally, here's to never seeing your name in the papers.
Why not?
It's a warning, Frederick. There was once a couple that lived in this town, and let's just say they didn't live too harmoniously together.
She abandoned the man, took up with another, a neighbor down the road a bit. And he placed a notice in the paper as is customary about her abandonment.
And the man she's living with now also put an ad in the paper, informing the readers that he's not harboring the woman.
Rather, he was employing her as his housekeeper.
Like I told you, it depends on what your definition of is.
Frederick, marriage is the hardest thing you will ever do if you want to be successful at it, which I know you will be.
Thank you.
Boys, here's to the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
Caleb won his bid to become county judge, and he's a fine one, too. Folks in the county are mighty proud he got that position. Frederick and Miss Marguerite did indeed tie the knot, and at least for the present it doesn't appear to be a hangman's knot. The two of them live rather agreeably together. And for those of you who are standing in that cart, waiting for it to get pulled out from underneath you, it's best to remember an old Irish proverb. Never marry a girl you love. Rather, marry a girl who loves you. To the bride and groom,